Hello, my name is Emmanuel Akinola, and in this video, I'm going to answer some of the frequently asked questions by prospects and newbie networkers as regards the network marketing business and most importantly, the FHG business model. Some clause as we get started, I'd like you to understand that some of my questions, some of my answers are subjective in the sense that they're relative to your center and your location, and at the end of the day, you might want to seek more clarity with your leader, your sponsor, but I'll try as much as possible from my experience to answer these questions. And these questions are something that I've created over the years from my experience. And let's just get straight into it. The first question that I'm going to be answering is the question of what. And the question is, what do I need to get started? Now, most people, when they come around and they get the business has been explained to them, some question is, what do I need to get started? And this is my answer. As much as there are no prerequisites to joining the network marketing business, there are no qualifications, there are no, in quotes, financial commitments, as it were. I still normally leave room for some say 3 requirements at the minimum. And the first one is what? The first one is availability. You must be available. That means you must be able to make time for your trainings. You are going to be getting trained on both sides of the business, on every aspect of the business, the network marketing aspect, the online business, and all of that. It's going to take a lot of time. So you have to make time. You must be able to make time for your training. So you have to be available. How much you're going to be committing is up to you and your team leader. But the next the next requirement is that you have to be coachability or teachability. So the first requirement is availability. Then the next requirement is teachability. You have to be teachable. And what I mean by that is that you have to be coachable. You have to be able to take instructions and adhere to them. You have to be able to take instructions and follow them. So you must not be someone that is haughty, you are proud, and that's just the best way I can explain it. So you have to be available, then you have to be coachable. And the next or the last one, which in itself is not a requirement, is not a mandatory one, is optional, and is a laptop and a gadget that can connect to the internet. Say a phone, your mobile phone and a laptop. This most times people ask a lot of questions around this, but like I said, it's optional. And depending on your location or your center, there are structures in place to help you, to support you, even if you don't have this at the moment. So don't make it a barrier for not joining or starting the business. Now, the second question I'm going to be answering is the question of, when do I start to earn? I get this question, when do I start to earn? Well, this question, the answer is very simple. There are many things that contribute to your earning. So it is hard to name a period. It is hard to say this is a specific duration you are going to take. So it's going to take you to start earning. So factors such as your training duration. Of course, you have to be trained, you have to learn before you can start earning. Another factor includes assimilation rate. How fast can you assimilate? So some people take time to learn than the others. So you want to understand that before somebody like that is earning, it's going to take time than someone else. So a few other factors are very, very much involved. So which may not allow me to be able to put a time, which may not allow me to put a duration to it. But the fact remains that what you're going to earn. When you learn, you're going to earn, coupled with all of the strategies, patience, coupled with all of the strategies we are going to be putting, we are going to be teaching you in your classes and during your trainings. I'm very confident, not just in our system, but in hundreds of people that have come around. They've also learned and they are now earning. So you just want to be sure that you're going to earn. That's the online part. Same thing, the offline business. Once you start to recruit, you join yourself to the company. The company is very faithful enough. Once you fulfill the requirements, you do your points, and of course, you are going to start earning your bonus as well. All right, so the next question I'm going to be answering, it says, can I do the freelancing and not the network marketing business? Well, That's another question I get a lot. People, when they've had the explanation of the business, some part of it looks so fancy and appealing, and they feel like, let me just stick to this. Let me just let me just avoid the other one. I'm not interested in the network marketing and all of that. Can I just do this? Well, the answer is no. The structure, the business model that we operate in FHG does not allow that. And while we are not trying to recruit or to train freelancers in quotes, the major aspect of this business is the network marketing, and the freelancing or the online business is just a complementary business. It's just a complementary method to earn. It's just a way to help you get started with zero capital while you are getting a footing in your network marketing business. All right, so that is why most times it is not. That is why at all times it is not allowed. It does not work that way, and on the long run you are going to bless yourself. You are going to appreciate your decision for building both businesses. And that good thing is that you are enjoying simultaneous earning when you are building both businesses. It's too open, it's too blank check that is open to you, so you can decide how much you are earning from both arms of the businesses. More so, you might have heard about the income streams. I personally recommend 4. So with FHG business model, if you stay true to our opportunity and you build it the way we recommend you to build it, then you will notice that you're already having 2 streams of income just from one opportunity. So that makes more sense, right? All right, so I feel that answers it already. Then another question that I get asked a lot: I don't know anyone. How do I build this business? I don't know anyone. I don't have a large network. I don't have a large database of prospects or referrals and all of that. So the answer is still very, very much simple. While you don't need to know anyone before now, which I personally don't believe. Everybody knows somebody, you understand? So of course you might not have a large network. So but why that one might not even be a problem, one of the things we pay attention to when you come around is to train you on how to recruit people to join your business, both your cold network and both your warm network, your warm leads, and your cold network. What I mean to say is that cold prospects, people that you don't know before now, and of course warm prospects, people that you have in your circle before now. All right, so we're going to train you on how to go about all of that one. So it's not a big deal. It's not an issue in itself. Now, another question I get asked a lot: do I have to sell my products? Do I have to go around and start selling my products? Well, you don't have to. Depending on the business model you're operating, depending on the team you're in. That's why I said some of my answers are not as subjective. So, but in our own system, in our own model, it does not rely heavily on your product selling. While it is recommended, if you are able to do it, then go ahead. Good for you. You are going to enjoy retail profits. You understand? You're going to enjoy retail profits when you start sharing your products. But at the same time, that you cannot or that you do not share your products does not make you earn lesser than you should earn from your compensation plan. So it's not just, what I'm trying to say is that our business model is not, the FHG business model is not heavily reliant on product sales. So I believe I've answered the question on do I have to sell my products in a way. On the other hand, I would recommend that you also learn how to share your products. And this is one of the things you're going to learn during our training, how to do your product sharing very, very effectively. So if you have this phobia for selling before now, and that is one of the reasons why you're probably asking this question, then be rest assured that you're going to learn how to do it, and you're even going to be able to make more money off your product sharing. Now the next question, it says, people are saying negative stuff about the opportunity. Should I still go ahead? Well, my answer to this question is that as any good thing gets attacked, you understand? Every great company out there, every good opportunity out there, they get criticized. So people will definitely always say stuff. My response is that you should get the facts right. You understand? Get the facts right before you even start to believe anything. And one of the ways you can do it is to get yourself you should get consultation from those who are in the business, who are working it and is working for them. And in one of my videos, I've done a video on some myths around this opportunity, and I tried to discard them as much as I could. So you might want to watch a video like that as well. And at the same time, if you are always too concerned about what people are saying about the opportunity, you might want to be making decisions based on those hearsays, which at the end of the day might later come around to hurt you. You might regret the indecision that you might regret what the indecision has costed you or has cost you. So that is why you don't want to base your decision on what people are saying. Rather, you want to take a decision for yourself. You want to make sure you go out there and get your facts straight. And of course, don't fall for whatever they are saying that it's not true. And that leaves me with the next question, and that is, do I have to come to office every day? Yes, my brother, my sister, you have to come to the office every day. There are no two ways to go about this. I mean, as much as I want to sound diplomatic, political, so that it suits you and all of that, so that my answer suits you, but in the real sense, I said it the other time, you have to be available. So it is what you work that works for you. So one of the ways we are working this business is to come to a location, an agreed location where all our business activities goes on, where we engage in activities like training, like business orientation, leadership trainings, recruiting, and mentorship, and all of that. So why do you want to stay away from all of those activities if you are really sure that you want to make the best out of this opportunity? So do you have to come to office? Yes. And one of the good ways we use to answer this is that, most times when we're growing up, we go to school every day in order to acquire certificates. We never had complaints about those daily routines. And those daily routines are what finally gave us the certificates at all of those levels. From primary school, you were going to class every day, you're going to school, you did that secondary school, you did that in your university days. And so if you're going to work a business that you intend to for it to work for you, so obviously you should also know that you are going to be committing. So that is just it. I mean, there are no two ways to answer it. Well, you might not have there might not be a level of flexibility depending on your team leader, your sponsor, or whatever arrangement you have with either of those people. I just answered the question on, do I have to come to office every day? Thank you very much for following so far. And the next question I'm going to be answering now is, can I combine my schooling activities with this? This question gets asked a lot by students at various levels, and most importantly, undergraduates. Well, the answer is yes. I personally heard about this opportunity as an undergraduate. It was one of the busiest moments in my schooling, in my academics life. So I was in 500 level. I was preparing for my final year defense. I was writing my project. At the same time, I remember back then I was even leading a unit in church, on campus, in my fellowship campus. So, my campus fellowship. So it was kind of a busy moment, but regardless, I was able to do this. So that means you also can also do the same. I can't say the number of students who are enjoying financial freedom courtesy of this opportunity, and they started out as students as well. Not to even talk of current students, undergraduates who are also still doing this business, and the hundreds and thousands of those who are still going to join. So if this is one of the things you contemplate, that is making you contemplate if you should join this opportunity, then the answer is yes. It is definitely for you. All right. So while there are other methods, while there are very numerous ways that you are going to be using that you are going to employ to combine this opportunity with your schooling and your academics, and those things are going to be, you're going to get trained on that. There are calendars and training calendars that makes it flexible for you to adapt to this, and that makes it possible for you to adapt this opportunity to your schooling and whatever it is that you are doing. So you're going to get exposure, and they are going to help you to maneuver this. But what I'm just trying to help you to understand is that it is no barrier. That you're a student, it is no barrier. And personally, I also believe it is an added advantage for you, in the sense that you are now on the path to building a career for yourself in as an entrepreneur, and this is going to save you once you finally get out of there. Some people, when in school, they fail in life. You're not going to be a part of these people. And what personally, from my own personal testimony, I never had a reason to to submit my CV for a job, and this is also the testimony of many other persons. I mean, in their thousands, if I'm not exaggerating. So I'm just trying to tell you that this opportunity is for you. It is a plus for you, as a matter of fact. Going forward, I'm going to be answering the question, the next question, which says, what if my parents, friends, and families are not in support of the business? Well, this might not be a big deal in itself, but at the same time, it is even a big deal. I mean, for some, it is a deal breaker, so much that they don't get to show up for the business again. But this is the real truth about it. I mean, this is my own personal resolve. Don't attack the problem. I mean, you don't want to come off as being cocky when you're in your reactions to your parents, friends, and family. You don't want to be arrogant. You don't want to force yourself down their throat, force your decision down their throat, and something like that. Because that is not really you should understand they are also trying to be. I say it this way, that our parents, friends and relatives, they can be very overprotective. So it is out of this overprotectiveness that they are just reacting to this newly found opportunity, this newly found business. Some of them even have some negative mindset around it before, and they are kind of protecting you from a so-called or an unreal danger. So, but that is why I said you should not attack the problem. Don't attack the persons. Don't attack those persons. Don't just attack the problem. And there are a few things I recommend. The first thing I want you to do is to get good grips on the knowledge of the business. Get good understanding of the opportunity. Understand it in and out. So that one will help you to. It will reinforce even your own decision to stay, to build it, so much that when the opposition is strong, you will even still be very, very firm. You are still grounded on your own feet, and you will not be dissuaded or persuaded out of the opportunity. That said, the next thing I want you to also do is to explain your goals, to explain the opportunity, what you stand to get from it, how much more you have everything all planned out, and how assuring it is going to be at the end of the day. So you want to sit them down, explain all of this to them. If possible, you can also have a leader, somebody who has result and all of that, do it for you as well. So, I mean, personally, I've done this for some of my own team members, and it does work. Trust me, it does work. So the next thing I also want you to do is to be very, very committed, because most of us, we are not as committed enough, so much that it now begins to rub off on people. There's a way your commitments, there's a way you can how do I say, there's a way your commitments can rub off on people. There's a way your commitment, your level of commitment, it can make people to understand, oh, this guy is really serious about this, he's dead serious about it. So we don't let's just leave him, let's just see how it goes. You understand? So some of us are just playing hanky-panky. We are just trying to beat about the bush. So it does not even it does not make us look so serious. So when we're now finally trying to make them understand that I want this, want that. So if you're so passionate and you show that passion, I believe, they're just going to let go, and let's see how it goes for this guy. So that's another thing you want to go and try. You want to go and be very, very passionate. The last thing I'm going to recommend is to let results speak. As much as possible, get results as fast as possible, and get it as much as possible too. So much that there's a way we say it, that results speaks. So when they begin to see those results, they don't have any reason to question your opportunity. They don't have any reason to question your business. But just pay attention to all the 4 things I've said, and the bottom line is that the disapproval of your parents, your friends and relatives is not, or should not be, a major reason. Should not be a reason why you should now stop, or you shouldn't make decisions. All of us are going to be responsible for our decisions at the end of the day. So don't make that don't make that another excuse for you not to do this. All right, so the next question I'm going to be answering is the question that says, is FHG a cult? No, it is not. It's a registered organization, registered corporate organization in the country, and for whatever reason why people claim it is, I don't know, it is not. You know, every company has its modus operandi, I mean, which guides their conduct, which guides their operations. So of course we gyrate just to show enthusiasm, to demonstrate that we're happy people, and to also go into the day with, you know, with this excitement, just like in the army, just like in the military, and even some paramilitary. So does that make them a cult? No. And for whatever reason people believe it is, I stand to correct the idea that FHG is not a cult. The next one is, how do I get my products? How do I get my products? Well, like I said the other time, all of this logistics, training, most of all of this is covered by the business already. So 2 ways you can order when you ship your products, or let me say 3 ways. When you order your products, you can order it over the counter, then you get it at the same spot. You just walk into any of the hubs nearest to you, and you order the product via your ID number as a distributor. Then you get the product right there in the center, I mean in the hub, or in the distributor center, or we call it DC. And the next way is to place the order over maybe your phone, your laptop, a device via your back office. And when you do that, you now select the option to either get it shipped down to your own location, where and you know, your address, the opportunity, the business is going to your product is going to come down there. Or alternatively, you can also order it to a nearest hub around you. So the product is going to come down, it's going to get shipped down to that hub, where you're going to retrieve it for yourself. I believe I've been able to answer all of these questions. If there are any questions that I've left untouched, or there's something that is still bothering your mind, I'd like you to put it in the comment section, and hopefully I'll be able to do a compilation of everything and answer it in another video. I really want to appreciate you for taking your time to join me on this. My name remains Emmanuel Akinola. Thank you very much for your time. See you at the top.